Welcome back to my world, everybody. So last time I did a lot of resource collecting, got a lot of sugarcane, and set up a temporary cow farm here, even though I clearly didn't need it because I got all the leather I needed for my enchanting setup with just wild cows. But this enchanting setup was the main goal of last episode, and I got that done clearly. And now I kind of want to get back to building again. But I think I may have gone a little more ambitious than I was up for to start with. This isn't exactly starter house size, I wouldn't say. So I think what I'm gonna do is scale it down a bit and build a smaller house to start out with, maybe a few smaller houses out here in this valley. So I want to emulate the building style of the default villages in the game in a way, but just upgrade them so they don't look so plain, because the way they generate is basically as plain as you can get. So it'd be boring just to copy a village block for block. I might as well just move into one of the villages over nearby here. But like I said, I'm gonna start a little smaller now. So I think on this little sort of hillside here, I'm gonna build like a small house. I'm gonna start by using one of the small village houses, one of those little 5x5 houses, as sort of a template to base this first house off of. But again, it's going to be more detailed and there's going to be a lot more to it. So I'm going to start by just kind of getting a nice open space to work with and build on. So of course that's going to make it a lot easier to actually get the build down. And I might do a little bit of custom terrain, a little bit of terraforming down here on the cliff later on. But for now, I'm just worried about getting a nice flat area to build on. So I'm just gonna place a basic dirt platform here to begin with. Right, so with that laid out a little better now, got some space to work with, and I'm just gonna start with a little bit of dirt formation of the structure, I guess, because I'm emulating the style of the village, sort of, but I'm also kind of making this thing from scratch, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, just kind of seeing where it'll take me. So I'm just going to build with a little bit of dirt to start with, just to get the kind of shape down. And then once I've figured that out a little better, I can start building with the actual materials, because of course I'm not going to make the house out of dirt. Well, you know, not permanently. Right, so now that I have a bit of a dirt frame to kind of visualize the shape that I'm gonna build this house in. I'll start filling it in with some materials and we'll just see how it goes. Just gonna build a bit of a cobblestone base here for the house to stand on, and then use some spruce logs, maybe some oak planks, and not sure what I'm gonna do with the roof yet, but I guess we'll see when we get to that part. Right, so now I have a very basic house built. Like I said, I would like the cobblestone base, just some spruce logs for supports on the corner, and then oak logs, or oak planks as the walls. And I decided to go for spruce stairs for the roof. But obviously it's looking very, very plain. So the next step, of course, would be to add details, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Alright, I'm back and I'm ready to start on the next stage of this house. I've gathered some materials up, actually a lot of materials. It took me way longer than I thought it was going to. But foundation here, I want to texture it up with some mossy cobblestone and tuff. I got plenty more oak and spruce logs if I need them, and I'm probably gonna mix in some stripped oak with the walls here like I did in the start of the house over there. And then I got a mix of bricks, granite, and exposed copper for the roof. Thinking I'm gonna replace everything but the outer edge of the roof with those 3 blocks, but I'm gonna keep the outer edge as spruce stairs, and we'll see how that looks. But of course the copper was what took most of my time to get, because I didn't really think about how much work you had to put into to get copper, especially early game. But I mean, obviously I had to go mine the copper, which wasn't a big deal, but then I had to let it sit out and weather. Then I needed to go get honeycomb so I could wax it and it wouldn't oxidize any further, which means I had to go build this bee farm here. I know it doesn't look good right now, but look, I just wanted to get the honeycomb. All right, I'll make a better one later. But that means to get those bee nests, I had to get a silk touch pick, and in order to do that, I had to get to level 30, and that was a whole problem for me for whatever reason too. I end up dying like 3 different times, all 3 of those times being really close to level 30, but it is what it is. I finally just gave up on trying to go mining for XP, and I built the spider farm, and almost died to that a couple times too, because it's kind of a manual farm for now. But anyways, I got to level 30. I got a pretty good pickaxe, efficiency 4, unbreaking 3, silk touch, so I'm pretty happy with that. I just cycled through low-level enchantments until I got the guaranteed silk touch, but I wasn't expecting it to be that good, so I'm pretty happy with that. And yes, I do realize I could have just found one beehive that was already full, gotten the honeycomb from it, and crafted, or found one bee nest, I should say, and then got the honeycomb and crafted a beehive. But I don't mess with bees very much, and I didn't really come to that conclusion until I had already gone through the trouble of getting the silk touch pick. So it is what it is. I'll still use that silk touch pick for plenty of different things other than just the bees, but it's still nice to get the beehives or the bee nests over here anyways. So I'm gonna get started building now. I think I'm gonna start with the foundation, just work my way up. I was gonna go try and find some vines to farm up and make mossy cobblestone that way, but of course, making that spider farm over there, I got mossy cobblestone from there. So I'm hoping that this nearly stack worth will be enough. We'll see. Because I can't remember if in Java Edition you can get vines anywhere other than jungles. Like if they'll just grow on trees and forests. I could probably see from here, honestly. Well, I don't see any, but anyways, I should have plenty of mossy cobblestone here. I just want to kind of put it towards the bottom a little sparingly, just to kind of blend the foundation in with the grass on the ground a little bit. I think that'll look good. Hopefully, anyways. Alright, I've finished texturing the house, but I'm not a huge fan of how it's turning out, to be honest. I mean, it definitely looks better than when it was just completely untextured, but well, first of all, I don't like how the roof kind of sticks out here. I mean, I usually make my roofs like this with just the stairs going all the way up, but I think I might try some full blocks to cover up those behind it, for one thing. And then with the walls and foundation here, I might try and go for sort of a gradient rather than kind of random texturing, because I think that would make more sense. It might look a little better. Although, being such a small house, it is gonna be kind of tough to make a gradient, especially with the foundation being only 3 blocks tall. But I'll give it a try and see if I can make it look any good. I might bring the roof out a little more here too, just to give some more depth to the build, I think. And of course, I still gotta add all the details in later. I can add lanterns and trapdoors and signs and all that good stuff to bring the build together, but just want to kind of fix some things up before I get into that. Alright, I finished fixing it up a little bit, and I do actually like it a lot better now, I think. Like I said, I sort of did the gradient a little bit more instead of just random texturing. So the foundation here, we got more tough towards the top, and then fades to cobblestone, and then I kept the mossy cobblestone pretty much only on the bottom layer here to kind of fade it into the grass a little bit better. And the reason why I chose to have the tough on top, so having the darker on the upper part of the foundation, is because I'm going to probably divide the foundation from the walls a little bit. Maybe do some trapdoors along here or something of the sort. And the idea is that whatever I put here kind of casts a shadow down on the foundation a little bit, and that's what makes it a little darker up top, and then it gets a little lighter as you go down, and then, like I said, fades into the grass with the mossy cobblestone. For the walls, I'm still a little unsure about this. I'm not sure completely if I like this mixture here. I mean, I definitely like it better. I went ahead and rotated the logs so they're facing upwards now instead of sideways. I think I like that a little better. And I definitely like it better when it's more concentrated like this down towards the bottom of the walls compared to just spread all over the place. And it's kind of the same idea here where like the roof edges here are casting a shadow, and the planks as a block are a little bit darker than the stripped oak. So same kind of idea as the foundation, it just kind of fades from darker to lighter. I'm not sure if this is realistic entirely. I'm no expert at gradients or anything, but I think it looks all right. And then we got the roof here. I'm a little unsure about this more jagged style of roof here. I kept the upside down stairs and then just made it full blocks on top. I kind of like it. It's a little unique from what I usually build for roofs. Just stairs upside down and right side up all the way. I'm still a little unsure about it though, but I think it might grow on me. I do kind of like it in a way. And then for the main part of the roof here in the middle, I kind of switched it up here a little bit to again make it more of a gradient. So bricks are a little bit darker, and then as you go up the roof, it gets a little bit lighter. It goes from bricks to granite to exposed copper. And it's almost entirely exposed copper up at the top here, where it's I guess closest to the light. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how realistic this is, but hopefully it looks all right for my first build that I'll actually complete on this world anyways. And then on the sides here, I actually decided to keep the stairs. I kind of like that. I think it gives it a little bit more shape and just instead of just doing solid blocks all the way across. So we'll see if I end up keeping that or not. But anyways, now of course we need to add lots of details and actually get an interior going too, because this is not gonna not gonna cut it right here. Thinking I might turn this into sort of a storage building, maybe. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that as I get it completed here. Alright, so I'm ready to get started finally on the more detail decoration part of the build. Add in some of those more smaller details. So I've gotten together a bunch of different detail blocks that I want to use. I've been tinkering around in creative for quite a while, trying to see what I want to do. Spent more time on it than I'd like to admit, to be honest. But I think that this is gonna really make the house come together and make it look a lot better. Of course, we still got to deal with the interior, but let's just not talk about that for now. All right, I'll deal with that later. Alright, I think I've gotten to a place now where I'm happy with how the exterior looks. Added lots of different details around. I got a whole porch out in the front here with the new hanging signs as rails. I got little flower plant area over here with a window. I've got leaves, little bushes, I guess, spread around against the foundation. I mixed spruce leaves and oak leaves together. I think that looks pretty good. I got these little buttons for just extra details on the foundation to kind of make the depth increase a little bit. And then of course I have the little garden over here. Hasn't grown yet, but we've got all different types of plants in here in rows, so it looks like it's intentionally planted in that way. And then got all types of details on the house, like the signs, and use these note blocks here. I thought that was pretty cool. I've never built with note blocks before, but I've seen a lot of people do it, and decided to give it a try, and I actually really like it. I think it works pretty well with the spruce logs if you use them sparingly. And then I added some spruce buttons up on the roof there. Hopefully that's not too many, but I think it's a good amount. It's kind of hard to see them in the first place, so it's just like another one of those small details that you notice if you're really paying attention. And then of course I got the lanterns all around to help keep it lit up. Still haven't done the interior yet, like I said, but I did clean it up a bit. I replaced most of it with tuff and just kind of sprinkled in a couple cobblestones to break up the texture. And it's storming again. Feels like it storms every time I play it in this world. Anyways, then I covered up the roof up there with just oak planks just to clean it up a little bit. And then I think what I'm gonna do use this place mainly for storage, I think. At least for now, just kind of like a basic starting storage room. I want to get my items organized as soon as possible because they're already starting to become a little bit of a mess in there. And with all these extra detail blocks, you can only imagine it's getting worse. Wow, lightning struck right there. But yeah, hopefully you can come up with some creative solutions to the interior here. I'll probably use a lot of barrels, maybe some chests, mix it up a little bit. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna do a basement or not, but I think I'll maybe try and do kind of like a split level thing here, whether I get up there with a ladder or some kind of staircase. I'm not too sure yet, but I'm gonna wait until I kind of figure out the interior a little better before I add in more windows, in case the windows get in my way and I have to end up moving up anyways. But yeah, I don't plan on just having the one window. I'll definitely add more once I get the interior figured out a little better. Alright, I'm finally ready to get started on this interior. I've done a couple more extra little bits of detail out on the outside here. I just added this little light post here on the porch because it was a little dark here with just that one lantern up there. And then I added this sort of, I guess you'd call it like an awning to the window here, which I actually really like. I'm sure this has been done before, but I was just kind of messing around with fence gates and just kind of came up with this design here, and I really like it actually. There was something just a little off about the window. It just felt like it was kind of missing something and just didn't flow well with the rest of the wall, but adding this in definitely kind of makes the window pop a little better and separates it a little from the wall. I like it a lot actually. But yeah, now I'm gonna get started on this interior. And like I said, I mostly want to use this place for storage right now, but I'm gonna have a few other little things in there. It's basically this is basically my starter house, I guess, because this right here is not going to be complete for a long time, or at least quite a while, this huge house over here. Alright, I think I've finally finished the interior here, and I believe I've finished the house. So let's just go take a look at what we've got here. Walk in here and you kind of got a wall divider thing with trapdoors and an armor stand with some red dyed leather armor in the corner. Got some windows here, varying sizes. Just a little shelf with a pot and a bookshelf. Red carpet. Little storage area. I know it's not a ton, but it's not a huge space here to be able to fit a lot into, especially actually trying to make it look good too. But anyways, then we got a little corner here with the classic crafting bench and furnace, of course. Some candle lighting and another a painting here right by the window. Then another painting up here, and right here on this wall divider we got a ladder. Go up to this little partial second level here. Loft, I think it's the proper term, maybe. Anyways, We got these chain lanterns here. It's kind of like a, two lanterns, but one's for the lower floor, one's for the upper floor. I kind of like how it looks here, kind of diagonal and different lengths. I thought that was pretty cool. I got a little bit of a railing here. Decided to use oak trapdoors instead of spruce because I tried spruce and it was just kind of like too samey all across here. So I was already using it as the wall divider down here. And then using it up there too looked kind of odd to me. Plus it's solid, you can't see through it at all. So it was kind of like too much wall, I guess, looking at this. But using the oak trapdoors kind of opens it up a little bit more. You can see through it a little bit and it doesn't like clash or anything because of course we got the oak walls. So I think that looks pretty good. And then you got the bed here, of course, red bed, more red carpet, another candle, another bookshelf, and then one more extra little storage chest here. So I tried with a lot of the details here to make red like the main accent color because I thought that might look cool. I did, poppies, red carpets, the red armor here, red bed, even the books, some of the books on the bookshelves are red. But I didn't do everything red, just thought it could use some extra color other than red, but to kind of focus on red more, thought that would be interesting, and I kind of like how it came together. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be done for now, because man, this is a small house, but it took a long time to build this thing. I'm not super well versed in like really nice building at this point, so it took me quite a while to get this all put together. A lot of time, well, a decent amount of time in creative, but a lot of time just kind of tinkering around here in survival, seeing what works and what doesn't, or what I liked and what I didn't anyways. And yeah, I think I really like the result, so I'm gonna probably go ahead and organize these chests a little bit, bring over my stuff from over there, and call it a day. But anyways, with that being said, anybody out there watching, I appreciate you. I hope you got something from this. So there's something to take away here. Hopefully my build isn't too terrible. I'd like to think I'm a decent builder. But definitely trying to get a lot better with plenty of practice on this world, of course. So yeah, I'll be back with another episode soon and working on another project, hopefully.